welcome back. Today is Thursday, January 15th. This is episode 127 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where the new year has begun, and we have jack shit to play.
It is sad. This is the doldrums, and we are freezing upon the plains of shovelware.
Yes, and I am Yuzo Watanabe, and I am desperate enough that I recommended a math training game to talk about this week.
And I am Tobin and and I'm so disappointed right now. That is just sad.
But I can do math.
That's true. That's true. Well, you're Asian, you get free math.
That's like my race attribute. Good at math, bad at driving.
I have like +2 to portly. Anyway,
okay, yeah.
This week we'll be talking about Call of Duty World at War and the demos for Skate 2 and Lord of the Rings Conquest.
Yeah, speaking of Lord of the Rings Conquest, the actual game is coming out this week, and we also have a new MMO from Cartoon Network.
Is it G.I. Joe Online?
No.
Is it Age of He-Man?
No, that'd actually be really cool.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that.
Okay. Ooh. It's World of Transformers Craft Online.
Now you're just being stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But no, it's actually called FusionFall. Does that make any sense? No.
That is weak sauce.
Okay.
As always, we'll have site news, culture, and community sections, but let's get started with Call of Duty World at War.
Banzai!
I mean, like a million more wines to come at me, and I can't tell if they're friends or foe.
You can, no? The ones that hit you and make you turn red, those are the
That's
bad
true. It does
ones.
seem like that is everyone when I'm playing.
So this game, Call of Duty World at War. So
Yeah.
This is the sequel to Call of Duty 4, one of my favorite games of last year. It's an amazing. That game was amazing.
Call of Duty 4, yeah.
Yeah. So this one is
So why isn't this just Call of Duty 5?
because once you get past like a certain number, they're
can't number it anymore?
It turns into like Leonard Part 6.
Wait, why isn't
You
this?
know?
Why isn't this Call of Duty 2009? It could be like Madden.
That could be, yeah.
It'll just be like the new franchise.
Well, why isn't Guitar Hero isn't doing that, right? Guitar Hero is doing like Guitar Hero Metallica, Guitar Hero World Tour. So like it seems to me like once you get past a certain number, it's just
It's
like
not
Rocky
cool.
Rocky 4, then Rocky Balboa.
Yeah,
right?
unless
You actually gotta go
you're
back.
Mega Man. In which
Yeah.
case they're like, fuck it. Mega Man 47. He's like,
Mega Man,
you fucking kids.
Dude, did you see that one video of the lyrics to the?
Yes, dude, the guy just making up lyrics for Mega Man. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
if you're on YouTube, you gotta go check it out. Mega Man 3 extended lyrics.
Extended lyrics, yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube that shit. After you're done with our fantastic
Of course.
podcast, of course.
So yeah, Call of Duty World at War. So this is a game that I was really worried about.
Yeah.
Really worried about.
Yeah.
And we know why, right? I mean,
Your friends at Treyarch.
yes, our friends at Treyarch who fucked up Call of Duty 3 so bad. So
Yeah.
I went into this game with very low expectations.
Right.
They didn't fuck it up as bad as I thought they would.
Oh, really?
They
So
really
you
did.
felt that it was better than what you
Better
were
than
expecting?
3.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, they kind of built because they built everything on the kind of the all the great work that Infinity Ward did on Call of Duty 4, like
Yeah.
all of the experience points, all of the unlockables, all that really cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's in this game,
Right.
And they added some shit. It's not very good,
Right.
But they didn't add a lot of it.
They just kind of said, all right, well, we'll take your Call of Duty
Yeah.
4 and we'll kind of put it back in World War II and just let.
Yeah, I guess, right?
Just
And it's
let
just like,
you,
let's just
you know.
print money, I
Yeah.
guess. But so like I'm playing the multiplayer and I'm actually really addicted to it, just
Oh.
like I was with Call of Duty 4.
Good.
But they added some random shit like tanks.
Yeah.
So now you get into tanks, which Call of Duty would never really was like a get into vehicles kind of game. It's not Battlefield, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm in a tank and they made it really slow. So like, and then this is how fast your turn moves. And when you're there, you're basically running around.
You just like run behind the turret.
I
and
can't
they're
catch
like,
up to you,
motherfucker! You like back the tank into them while you're turning the turret around.
Exactly.
Well, and like you can also do that. You can call in the airstrikes.
Yeah, airstrikes.
You can do the recon plane that goes
The
over
recon
and
plane?
shows you where
exactly,
everybody
yeah.
is.
But all of that shit was in Call of Duty 4. In Call of Duty 4, you had UAV instead of
Yeah.
recon plane. Acts exactly the same as
Sure.
if no technological advancements. And then the artillery, exactly the same because you're just lobbing shells. But in Call of Duty 4, you got helicopters. For the 7th. After you get 7 kills in a row.
And you can fly them?
No. You call in the helicopter. And the helicopter just like wanders around. The moment the helicopter like sees an enemy, it's like, and you die.
Yeah.
So it's really hilarious. But they didn't have helicopters in World War II.
No, not so much.
So they added dogs.
Yes, the dogs are fucking weird. Like, they're so
know.
annoying. Like, you
Yeah.
get 3 experience points per dog, but I'll be like shooting somebody and you're like, and you're like, ah! There's like 3 dogs just fucking running out.
And if
like,
one hits you, you turn red. And
Yeah.
then you kind of have to like, it's this weird thing where you want to do their timing because if they're by the time they're like this close to you, it's really hard to kill
you're
them with your
fucked.
gun.
Yeah.
You have to do it with your knife. So I get to a point now where like I see one, and so like, oh, I'm like, oh, fucking dog, and I have to get like this weird timing, like, and then
Knife it.
and like, and I see 3 out coming out to me. I'm like, like 3 times in a row. I feel bad, but yeah.
Well, that was the funny thing is I was playing the game and I was like, oh shit, I get experience points for killing dogs, and Adrian's like, I don't think I like that. I'm like, well, that dog just fucking killed me, so I hope you feel better now. She's like, I do.
Well, that's good. I mean, if it was cats though. Ooh.
Oh, if it was cats, I would be like playing the game and she'd be like grabbing my hand on the controller. She's like, I'm like, but the cats are killing me. She's like, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I'm like, meow, 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 meow.
No, like kind of gnawing on your nose.
Snarf.
So yeah, they added that. I mean, it's like okay, they took the game, they didn't fuck it up too much, but I don't think I'm going to be playing this game for as long as I did Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the fault of the game so much, because when I was playing Call of Duty 4, it was like all the NooBTooBers had it. We'd always have these huge, 8 versus 8, and I'm online right now, and nobody has it.
So like the NooBTooB army hasn't really hopped onto that game as much.
Exactly. And I don't know if it's because they're worried about Treyarch or what.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, there hasn't been that much buzz on the forums about it either. No. I mean, the thing is like, unless you come out and like whoop up on Call of Duty 4, which it doesn't, it's
it doesn't.
Like,
it's here's Call of Duty 4. It's like they added enough shit to make it a little worse, but since Call of Duty 4 is such a good game and it's kind of close, it's still a decent game. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So did you play the single player?
I did. So I played some of the multiplayer, and it was okay. Like you said, I mean, like I'm not as into that as you are. I'm more into single player.
But even the experience points when you
it was
somebody,
cool. Okay. Like I actually genuinely enjoyed the online stuff.
Really?
Like I was going around
like killing dogs. It was like that. It's just like a little extra bonus when you see +3.
Yeah, it was just like +3. I'm like, I'm gonna level up just on fucking dogs.
So they bring it on.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like that part was semi-enjoyable to me. Like I know that I'm not going to get as into it. Like I kind of enjoyed the Gears of War online a little bit more. It's just kind of a little bit more.
But it's
teamworky.
never really been your thing. Like as far as like getting
exactly.
like, multiplayer online.
Right. There's some like for me, multiplayer is all about co-op. Like I'm not a huge like 1-on-1 or 8-on-8 or whatever kind of guy. So I love single player.
Yeah.
I fucking hated every second of the single player in this game. I despised it.
What about it? Like
So there's two things. One, it's coming at it from a disadvantage, which is that for FPSs, I really, really enjoy being taken to a different world. I enjoy like creative weapons. I enjoy interesting scenery. I enjoy like that sort of thing where it's just like Half-Life or any sort of sci-fi thing, like, or there's like some sort of catch where you've got a superpower. What I don't like is being stuck with a 50-year-old shitbag of a weapon that fires one shot at a time, fighting in absolutely boring jungle environments against people that we've already fought 50 years ago with no superpowers.
No.
And then to take on top of that, there's a lot of things that I thought it did absolutely terribly, which was, there's wave upon wave of enemies. So there's so many periods when there's no strategy. It's not like you're coming up and, you toss a grenade and you get up here and your buddies go down here. It's like you go in and there's a gang rape of like, there's Japanese dudes coming from every direction, and you're basically just turning and shooting, and there's a dude behind you. You turn and shoot.
But it's skill, right? It's not strategy. It's skill at that point.
It is.
It's just like how fast can you react?
Exactly. It's reactive. There's no thought. And that's the thing. Is like I like these games where it's just like, even in an FPS, I want to be like in Far Cry, right? Like there's dudes down here to camp. I can come up around here on the hill, snipe one dude. They run over here. I go over here.
And you like that because interesting.
Because I think, but I mean, like this thing where you're just like. Just all you're doing is like a head pops up and you shoot, and a dude's running at you, shoot, and then you shoot some other dude, and it's like friendly fire, you die, asshole. And it's just like it's just this kind of like cloud of enemies where it's like super dense texture.
Yeah.
There's a million dudes, and it's just I just didn't. It was just a wall of shit.
Because you know what Call of Duty kind of feels like to me? It's just like a 3 version of Geometry Wars. You know what I mean? There's so many things to it, and it's purely visceral, right? Yeah. It's just like I'm walking around, and I see a little flicker in my eye, and I just turn, shoot, bam, headshot, and it's just like it feels good. Do you know what I mean?
So you want that kind of like that reactive gameplay.
That's why I love it so much, because like when you shoot somebody, you see them like crumple.
Yeah.
Like really quick. It's just like it's just like, and then you see it +10, like fuck yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a little bit of extra. I don't know. That's some oomph of the fact that like I it's all secondary. It's just like I have this little part of my brain, which is all reactive, right? And it's
what's the main part of your brain doing while you're playing? Like, is it just like off designing code for work? Like, are you just kind of like thinking about the grocery list?
No, I get it. It's like this weird zen.
Yeah, just kind of like Geometry Wars, right? Yeah. Like it's the same sort of thing. Like you're not thinking real hard in Geometry Wars. You're just coasting. Like you're just like.
But I get into this almost weird like heightened state of mind where it's just like nothing matters except that my my peripheral vision and what I can see.
You're a game Buddhist.
That's what it is. It applies to you like
live
the Zen.
in the moment. You're just you put the controller down. You're just playing.
But no, there's a little fair bit of strategy. So there's a couple of different things that I like to do when I'm playing the game, right? There's these bouncing betties.
Yep.
So that, like, I'll go and, like, you have to learn the map, but, like, once you figure out certain areas, like, I'll get my gun, and I'll say, okay, this is a choke point, this is a choke point. I put a bouncing Betty, which is basically a mine.
Yeah.
You know, you run it, it's like, boom, boom, boom. And I do that, and then I go into my area, and I'm kind of, like, peeking, going over here. So I have this, like, weird strategy of, like, this weird placement.
Yeah.
So, like, it's, like, weird because my brain's working on the level where, like, I see these red dots because of the recon, and I'm like, okay, I know I need to move over this way, but, like, my hands are reacting.
Yeah.
But not me, so that's...
Well, but so now we're talking about multiplayer again, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, like, I did see... I mean, the thing is, in multiplayer, there's only 8 enemies, or however... I don't know if that's the max. The maps I was playing was 8.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not this thing where they're just respawning thousands of Japanese dudes randomly and just running them at you.
Well, they're spawning their guys, because there's no spawn timer for a lot of the game modes.
Yeah.
They just come back again.
But it's not like... I mean, the thing is I definitely enjoyed the multiplayer more than the single player. The single player just felt like a mess. It was just this kind of crowded, shitty mess.
Interesting. Because I never actually played the single player.
Oh.
Which was
Just didn't even bother. You just hop, like, put it in, hopping straight to multiplayer.
Here's what happened, right? When I got Call of Duty 4, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to play the single player and get better, right?
Yeah.
I did it. I got about halfway through. And I'm like, it's fun. It's really good. And it's really awesome. And I'm like, let me try the single player.
Multiplayer.
The multiplayer. Never touched it again. This is Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
Never touched it. Each time
never bothered.
The thing is, I come back in, I put it in, I'm like, I'm going to try some single player. And I look and I see Xbox Live, and I see single player, and I'm like,
yeah.
Nah. It's like, I need the experience. I need to get the prestige. I need to do that. So, like, the moment I put Call of Duty 5 in it, I'm like, eh.
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
I can see that. I mean, I understand that. And like I said, since I tend to go more for single player experience, it was shit. It was just like taking a dump on my chest. Like, there are so many better... Like, in my mind, I always compare it to the ones that I genuinely enjoy. I mean, I compare it to Half-Life 2. I compare it to these experiences. Even Dead Space. I mean, just take anything where you're like... Single-person, first-person shooter.
It makes you kind of like... It's less visceral. It's more...
Yeah, I want there to be something. I want there to be some thought, some exploration.
Did you play the club?
Yes.
So, like, you didn't like that one
Did
either,
not
right?
like that.
That's all...
You hated the club.
I know, I hated it too, but it's like, I love the idea.
Yeah.
I love the concept, but the implementation was like...
I have a feeling that... What was the club? The club was 360? Did they ever do the club on Wii?
No.
Because that would be kind of funny. Like, that actually...
Would you play it?
I might like it more.
So why? What's the difference?
There's something about the gun. There's something about having a gun.
Well, you did kind of like Red Steel. I mean,
it's true.
It's
true.
Sort of liked it.
I fucking love Time Crisis, and that's kind of the same.
And Metroid Prime.
And Metroid Prime. So maybe there's something about... I couldn't even tell you why that is, but it's just
interesting.
Well, Metroid Prime is way puzzly. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's more puzzly
than
than shitty. So how about this then? Conduit. A lot of people are geeked about it. Everyone's saying it's good. You saw the videos of that on the Wii, right? The sci-fi. It's sci-fi.
Yeah. But it's kind of exploration-y. I mean,
maybe a little.
We'll see.
But but now you're kind of geeked up about it. I
am.
If you
I love the idea of shooting at the screen. I love it. I love it. It makes.
Huh.
I mean, like that. I love that feeling of actually like instead of just kind of manipulating the controller and like especially in Call of Duty 5 when you have to zoom and a lot of things that are automatic like become single shot like they kind of change the weaponry and it feels like when I zoom in I'm like kind of locked in. I can't move as much. So it's just I love the idea of just kind of like.
It's almost like Time Crisis, right?
Fucking love Time Crisis.
Actually,
love it.
So you like with maybe with a conduit, maybe you can put the Wiimote in the trigger thing and be like, that'd be kind of cool. It'd be like
that would be kind of cool.
Play some fitty.
Rat-a-tat-tat. That's right.
So it's like hard because like I didn't replay the single player, but for me the multiplayer of this game. It didn't suck as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, you said it's all right.
And like, but I'm not going to play it for a year like I did Call of Duty 4. So it's like I'm a little torn. It's like it's definitely a thumbs up, but I think it's like kind of like in between rental and buy for me because I'm going to. That's
the thing is you want to say like rental as long as your friends are also renting it, right?
Yes.
Like that's the thing. You got to. It's one of those things where it's like a social network and Web 2.0 shit where it's just like only this game is good if you have a shitload of friends to play it with. If you don't,
well, it's like Twitter and you have nobody to follow.
Yeah,
right. It's just like you're talking to nobody, and that's kind of how it feels like. So
taking a dump, Twittering. I'm a Twitter shitter. That's the thing that they do in Penny Arcade. For me, obviously, it was a shitty experience.
So I say thumbs up, and it's in between. It depends. It's very dependent on whether you know a bunch of people.
Get your friends to play.
Yeah, if you have friends, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
like for at least 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. So next up, Lord of the Rings Conquest demo, man. This was weird.
Yeah, it's like how do you explain it? Like, what kind of game is this?
It was almost like third person Gauntlet.
Really? See,
You know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of what it felt like to
Yeah.
me. Is because like you get these endless waves of orcs and stuff, but you're kind of like behind, like you're.
Oh, see, again, I think you played the single player. I didn't play the single player.
You just played multiplayer.
Yeah.
I played some multiplayer.
You can kind of tell. Like,
yeah,
how
it's
the
funny.
dividing
It's just
line
like
is
it's just
hilarious.
you didn't even try. I tried both.
Yeah. I was just like, So tell me about the single player. Like, so so it's like Gauntlet, basically.
I mean, it is. So the single player, you go through and you can be, it's the same thing. It's warrior, archer, magic user, rogue.
Yeah. Okay.
So you go around and it's just like. It's kind of like 99 Nights-ish, where there's like a bunch of orcs coming in, and you gotta take over control points, and as long as you stand in them, the enemies will be coming at
So
you.
is it the same as multiplayer then? As
Very
far as the game
similar,
goes?
yeah.
Okay. So are there's like other monster generation things, anything like that, like Gauntlet?
No, not like that. I would just say Gauntlet in that it's the kind of like wizard or warrior or
Red
whatever,
elf
and then it's just
needs-
like a bunch of faceless orcs coming at you. And at the end of the demo, you actually defeat Sauron, which is kind of anticlimactic since that's the entire point of Lord of the Rings.
I know. With Lord of the Rings Conquest, so you have to conquer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at that point.
But I mean, it would be like playing a demo for like, Star Wars, and they're like, and you kill the Emperor. It's just like, and that's the end of the show.
Well, yeah, but I mean, come on, it's just like
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, dude, man, people
Yeah.
People got
On
pissed.
YouTube, people were surprised. It's like, hey, guess what? At the end of Star Wars, the Emperor dies. Fuck you.
And people were like, "What crying game? Like you ruined Crying Game for me? I mean, come on."
I'm never gonna watch Crying Game. People were like, "You ruined Citizen Kane." I was like, "Bitch, that movie is 70 years old. That movie was made before your parents were alive."
And the fact that they knew it was Citizen Kane means obviously they're joking.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
So this one, like, I played the multiplayer, and it feels to me kind of like. Do you ever play Battlefront? Star Wars Battlefront?
No.
I think it's made by the same guys. I think that's probably the reason. But it's very Battlefield-esque in terms of like going over here riding instead of beasts. Sorry, riding a tank, you're riding beasts.
Yeah.
Wargs and all that random stuff. And then you become a treant, I think, or not treant. Fuck. Ent. Yes, you
Ent,
can become an Ent or the big ass fucking troll, right?
Shit, I didn't do that.
In the multiplayer?
No.
Yeah, so they pop up. I haven't figured out how they pop up, but every once in a while, like near a control point, all of a sudden you see like an ant, right? You're like, okay, let me go up to it. Like, press X to become an ant.
Motherfucker!
And then
I played, and I just ran around
"Brrr."
as myself, and I was just killing people.
I think
didn't
it's
get to
weird.
do-
It's rare. It
Wow.
pops up either randomly or
Yeah, so it's like riding it's like the tank in Left 4
exactly,
Dead.
exactly.
Left 4
Yeah,
Dead, you're
yeah,
like ah.
And it feels pretty good because all of a sudden you're like, "Rah," everybody's like, ah. And it's right in front of you. And ants are fucking powerful.
Yeah, ants are no joke.
They're no joke.
Ants destroyed fucking whatever the Gray's tower or the white something the white
Saruman.
Saruman the White.
Not
They fucking
Sauron, yeah.
smashed his tower.
You're giving
so-
away everything of Lord of the Rings, man.
I don't give a shit. People need to watch some movies. Shit's old. Actually, that was in the book. So I
was in the
really
book.
don't feel bad because the book came out like back in the 60s.
Dude, people will be saving and be like, "No, dude, I want to wait." Like,
yeah, I know. Read a book. The books are good.
Very good. They're hard to get into though.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
Lord of the Rings comes-
how'd you dig the online multiplayer?
I didn't.
Yeah.
It felt really. The combat felt really spazzy to me. It's just like it felt really button mashy. Like there wasn't that much.
It's very button mashy.
There wasn't that much like tactics. And the other thing that kind of annoyed me was a lot of people played rogues, and they would come behind me and like almost like kill me or like damage me really in like one hit because they'd be
Really?
invisible.
So when I was playing, everybody was playing archers. Everyone in the level was playing archers
Yeah.
because the thing is they hit you with one poison arrow. You slow down, you're like and then they can do anything they want to you. It's just
And
like
just come to you and just,
so
like-
everybody was just like fucking archers,
Weird.
archers.
It doesn't sound very balanced.
No, and
so-
it's not. The online is really not very fun.
Didn't it feel really ghetto too?
It
Like
did.
all of the textures, a lot of the models. There was just like
Felt kind of cheap.
it felt really cheap. So
So the single player was hilarious because like Adrian was losing her shit when I was playing because the voiceovers are so bad. So bad.
they couldn't get.
They couldn't get anybody. It was just like, but it was so funny because it was almost like Lord of the Rings WWF announcing where they're like, you'd be fighting and you're like, they'd be like, use your, power blast, and you use it and it's like, your power blast is unstoppable. and you're just like sitting there playing, you're just like, who the fuck is talking? And it's just like, you must stoppeth the invasion of the orcs. Yee! Oh, like he'd like trying to throw in a couple old words, but I mean, it's just like the guy's
didn't
like totally over the top, just stupid voiceovers.
You're right. I actually remember that. It was kind of annoying because like, you're playing and I'm like, okay, it was something really non-Tolkien-ish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
is
Totally.
going on, right?
So it's just kind of silly, and like the whole time Adrian and I were just doing imitations of it. We're just like, "Fucketh you, biatch!" Like, "Skull fucketh the ent with your power sword."
Pile driver.
Battle, your womb splitter. Blah. Blah.
Yeah.
So it was just silly. But the thing is honestly, in the first person, in the single player, the gameplay wasn't terrible. It was kind of like,
really.
I mean, it wasn't terrible in. I'm trying to think of a similar game. I mean, like Ninja Gaiden or like that sort of thing, except without the skill, obviously.
Okay,
without the skill.
yeah.
But I mean, it's the same sort of thing.
That's the whole point of Ninja Gaiden, right? If you get the skill out of it, it's like almost pointless.
Yeah.
To me.
So it's like, I would say it's like between Ninja Gaiden, like 99 Nights, where it's just kind of like a little bit skillish, but a lot of button mashing.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
if you're just kind of in a brain dead sort of mood, I could kind of see you really like Lord of the Rings. You're just kind of like dicking around and running.
But doesn't it feel like a cash-in? I mean, like Lord of the Rings movies came out so long ago.
Yeah.
And who is it? EA, I guess, or is it Activision? Maybe Activision.
Yeah.
One of the two owns Pandemic, who owns the rights. I think it's EA, so they own the rights to Lord of the Rings. So they're like, guess what? Every year we're coming out a Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it's like, I feel bad for Pandemic because I kind of like their stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I have a feeling they like took a bunch of random rejects from Pandemic. Like, here, make a little studio. You get all the shit work.
It could be. I mean, the thing is after you finish the first-person demo, it then shows you a shitload of gameplay clips from the game, and there's some stuff that looks really interesting, like running along a tower and you're like defending against dragons. There's big fucking monsters. Like, those are the huge elephants from the movie, fucking shit up, and you're like trying to kill them.
Why didn't they give you that kind of like at least a taste? Like the only taste I got was the Ent.
I know,
and it was kind of cool, but not cool enough to remedy the fact.
That's the thing, is like demos are supposed to be a taste of the good shit.
No.
They should like ramp up your character to mad powerful, set you against a fucking elephant, put you on the back of a dragon.
You remember, so like one of the best demos ever made was fucking Crackdown.
Yes.
Remember where like you picked up an orb and you would get so much agility, the normal, right?
Yeah.
Also, you turned ultra powerful in 15 minutes. And
that was
so
one
good.
of the only demos that you and I ever played through multiple times.
I know.
Where it was just like, we would actually like run the timeout and we're like, fuck, you want to do that again?
Yeah. It's like 15 minutes, another 15.
Yeah, and then finally we stopped playing, not because we got bored, but because we didn't want to ruin the game. You remember that?
I know, you're right.
I want to play more of this demo, but I'm so excited for the game. I don't want to play any more of the demo. Like, that is how good they did that, where they said, here's a taste of how fucking badass. They're not telling you it's going to take you 10 hours to get that powerful in the game.
No, and even when they did, when we actually started playing the game, it was cool.
It was
just
rewarding.
like I wasn't extra powerful, but like they had all this other stuff that made it feel good. And that demo made us want the game so much that you drove an hour
to fucking the
East Bay, and it was like epic. Our little adventure to try to actually get this game.
Exactly, and that's the kind of excitement that we want. We want you to give us a taste of that, so that you and I are there fucking launch night, bothering the Walmart employees that don't know what we're talking about, hardly speak any English, and really don't want to unpack that box of games.
No. Like, we were there and we were like, no. Please, just go in the back and look for something that looks like Crackdown.
I know, it's like, bitch, you want crack? Why are you trying to buy crack at Walmart, son of a bitch, cracker?
We had to ask multiple people, and like I think there was like only one cool dude who's like, all right, I'll go check, and he's like, we got like a whole pallet. Here you go.
Exactly. So it's like, those are the kind of adventures that make it fun, where it's just like you're that excited for a game that you're like driving home, you're like, I want to play this shit when I get home.
But this demo didn't do it. It actually made me stay away. Like, it's coming out this week, and I have no interest in playing it.
I'm definitely going to rent it.
Really?
I'm definitely going to rent it.
Maybe for the single player?
I don't advertise this very much, but I'm a big closet Lord of the Rings fan too.
I'm a closet Sonic fan, and I've learned my lesson.
You have not. You're going to play Sonic Dark Knight, whatever the fuck that new game is. You're totally going to play it.
I'm not.
You're gonna play. He's gonna play.
I might.
So I'll give it a shot. I mean, like, it's worth, for me, it's worth a rental. It's worth at least.
Really? Well, let me know how it is. I mean, if the single player games gets a little better, maybe we'll go.
Also, you know what? Nothing else to play.
More Valkyria Chronicles. We're doing that.
Yeah, that's true. We'll talk about that next week. And then last up, Skate 2.
Skate 2. So
that's your thing. That's your boy, right? Didn't you like Skate?
No, well, Skate, I give it did I give it a thumbs down or like a thumbs up rental or something wacky like that?
Maybe.
Because I actually got a little bored.
You like Tony Hawk.
No. I like Skate better than Tony Hawk, but Tony Hawk has gotten so shitty that it's really easy to actually get better than
Okay.
that. But no, I mean, I like the ideas that Skate did, but it's just like they didn't add enough game. to it. It was more simulation, and it was almost like here's the simulation game part. It's just like they went a little bit too far. Like so Tony Hawk went game and then to shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's the thing, is in this demo for Skate 2, yet again, they at the end of it show you a movie. They're like, here's what the whole game's going to be, and it's like, you are doing races with these guys, and you're doing contests with these guys. Do you get to play that?
None of that.
No. So in the demo, all it is go dick around a skate park for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you get a very short amount of time, and I don't like that limitation so much. And it's just like, look, if you're going to make a core gameplay that good, then it should be good for as long as I feel like playing in that particular small zone, and I have the desire to pay $60
break out.
To break exactly. Yeah.
So they should just be like, here's this tiny little skate park, get real good at it. Yeah. So when the game comes out, you're just like, whoosh, just fucking breaking up crazy moves and stuff.
Why would anybody who liked the demo enough to play it more than 5 minutes, which I didn't.
Yeah.
Right. That be like why limit them?
I know.
Like just get that excitement where they're doing random shit, because you can move some of the blocks and do other random stuff, like find some new lines and do all this stuff. But look, it's like you got to make the core mechanics that good that people will be like, okay, I love it in this small area, but let me buy all.
Yeah,
of it.
I have to get out. I gotta try it in the city.
Yeah.
So I mean, for me, I don't generally like the skateboarding games that much, but I did like the feel of this. Like I thought that the controls felt good. Where
did you
it's just
ever get
like
off the skateboard?
I did. Very briefly.
Okay, did you like, because the controls on that
it was just stupid. It was just the thing is just throwaway, right? It was like, get off the skateboard to pull this thing over, get back on your skateboard.
Didn't it feel like work? Yeah. Like I hate, they added to that this Tony Hawk, and I'm like, this is the worst idea ever in a skating game. And Skate was like, oh, let's add that.
Let's steal that. That's fucking brilliant. Yeah, let's take that. Yeah. So, I thought that it felt very well made. I thought that it felt interesting, and the clip at the end where it looks like maybe there are some games,
some racing stuff, maybe some mini games. So we actually still play it, or?
I mean, the thing is there's so few things coming out that it's very possible that I'll rent this, but I'll probably. I mean, the thing is learning the 75 combinations.
But there really aren't, right? Because I mean, they kind of map everything to like, okay, if you're going to do an ollie, it's just down up.
Yeah.
And then if it's something else, it's down right, down left. So
that's
it's like
true.
You don't have to like hit like 4 different buttons in a different combination.
True.
It's
no, you're
very
right.
natural.
But I guess okay, sorry. I guess to put it another way is that when they say, here's this area, you have to get 75,000 points.
Oh, you don't like that.
I don't like that at all. I like if they're like race your buddies down this hill. Yeah. I like if they're like, or things
interesting.
Or things like fucking Jet Set Radio Future. I loved that where it was just
no
like
skill.
That's total skill.
Skill in what?
In getting around the world.
Not doing anything cool.
You like sliding on shit.
Yeah,
like,
you look. You're like, okay, I need to get there. Oh, I'm gonna go here. That's the skill in that game.
It's exploration. It's like puzzly. Like there was the thing where it was like the whole city in the sky, and you got to get from platform to platform.
How is that skill?
It's mad skill.
It's you know what? It's not skill. It's curiosity.
That's true.
That's what it is. It's just like, how do I get there?
No, but you got to do like time. There's like all sorts of things where you got to jump and like bounce off a billboard and hit another ramp. And there's like, oh come on, it was hard. It was fun.
No, it's just like I appreciate the game.
But I don't like sitting
style.
one place trying to hit like a 47,000 point like
exactly,
spinny.
yeah, and like trying to like balance while trying to do that. Like with that, I mean, this is where gameplay tastes diverge. Where like I like myself getting better, you like your character getting better.
Yeah.
Right, it's just
and
it's
the
just
world being more interesting.
Yeah, exactly, which makes sense. But with this game, I'm still gonna rent it. Like it didn't turn me off, but I'm like, it's probably gonna be more Skate 1, and I think they actually made it worse than Skate 1 by adding too much random shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you heard about what they did with Tony Hawk?
No.
So Neversoft, who made all the Tony Hawks and all that,
they're
doing all the Guitar Hero games, right?
What?
Yeah, they Activision gave.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
remember I was talking about that. I'm like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up, and they did. Like, do you hear anybody talking about Guitar Hero World Tour?
No.
Anybody? Right. So like,
there was a bunch of people in the forums that were like, fuck Rock Band. I'm gonna get Guitar Hero World Tour, and then it's like chirp chirp. What happened? He was like, what did you
I rented it, I played it for a little bit. I'm like, songs suck so bad. And I'm like looking at my friends, it's like, ooh, nobody has it.
Nobody. No.
So anyhow, so they did that, and they aren't doing Tony Hawk anymore. So Neversoft gave it to a different developer or whatever.
Is
Activision
it like some
said.
nobody?
I don't recognize the name, but I know that they had that company that the developers did something else.
Is it called cashingames.com?
Wow. Licensedshit.com.
The thing is there's a couple skate parks down the street from like my house.
Yeah.
And the last couple times I've been past there, like I'm not sure if skating is the big thing right now. Like,
you think it's emptier?
it seems emptier. I mean, especially when I was growing up, skating was the shit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Every talentless kid, like I skated, fucking my friends skated.
Wasn't there kind of like
skated.
a little like a big like what was it like so late 80s?
Yeah.
Late 80s, kind of early 90s,
Big,
where it was
like
like a
Gleam in the
huge,
Cube
but then
thing.
like yeah.
You know, Gleam in the Cube.
Exactly. Yeah. But you got to that, and then like right around early 90s, it kind of died off a bit, and then it definitely resurged.
Came back
in the
late 90s. Yeah.
late 90s.
So who knows what stage it's in? Actually, if you guys really like skating, let us know. I mean, just send in a quick voicemail. It's not like we want to get really in depth to this, but like you guys are kind of our vision into what teenagers are doing nowadays. So
I know
let
we
us
have
know.
no clue.
It doesn't
do not
seem like you
interact
guys are skateboarding, but I don't know what the fuck else
I
you're
always
going
see
to
them
do.
in San Francisco, so they're always around. But
Okay.
but one thing I want to mention about the Skate 2 guys, so
Yeah.
the new developer, they're going somewhere different.
Yeah, what are they
So
doing?
they are apparently. So the rumor, the scuttlebutt is on
Yeah.
this is that they are actually making Tony Hawk specifically work with a peripheral of some sort.
The Wii balance
The
board.
I don't know. I haven't honestly no.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to be like, it's a Tony Hawk MMO. You know what I mean? Like,
shit.
totally different direction.
Actually, well, I mean, they have been going open world for
Yeah.
a lot of their stuff, but no. So this one, so apparently, so like think about it, right? Activision,
Yeah.
they see this successful Guitar Hero with you just have a guitar and then you make $1 billion,
Yeah.
right? $1 billion with this whole franchise.
Right.
So they're like, okay, well, Tony Hawk's the next thing. So they're going to make a specific controller
Just for Tony Hawk.
because they bought Red Octane, who knows
Yeah.
how to make a thing. So I think they're going to make that.
It might be like kind of on gimbals, like a board that
like
you kind
how,
of like,
yeah,
who
like
knows?
I'm curious. I'm
I
like,
played some of the ones in the arcade that can be kind of fun when you stand.
was it Top
but the-
Skaters?
But the thing is like that's hardcore because you got to build like fucking rails to
I
hold
know.
on to while you're skating so you don't fall on your shit.
so can you imagine if they actually made something where it's actually fun? Would you
Not
play
gonna.
it?
They're not
No,
gonna.
but would you like if there was a skateboarding game where you could stand on something
And it was good.
and it was good? Yeah.
I'd try it for sure.
try it?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely, absolutely. I mean, the thing is I don't feel like you could do that because the thing is, the cool thing about arcades is they can actually put it where it slides. You can go like this, you can go around like this, but to do that in your home, people are gonna be suing like these dipshits that can't hold on to a goddamn Wiimote and be like, "I fell and broke my neck on your skateboard." You know, it's just people are idiots.
Maybe
you guys
it'll
sue
be-
everyone whenever you fuck up.
Maybe it'll be like
crazy.
a DDR pad or something, like something that's just more flat.
That'd be great.
But then you're kind of like just like you're hitting something. You're
Yeah.
not like you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
We
I would
should
like to
try
see.
that snowboarding game on the balance board and see if they were Shaun White's.
Shaun White snowboarding. Yeah.
See, I mean, maybe people have been getting some of that controls where it actually feels.
You think so with a
No.
balance board? Yeah. Okay. But we should give it a try.
We should try it because no one's done it yet. No one's done it yet.
I am so surprised we spent over 30 minutes talking about 2 demos in Call of Duty.
Yeah, sorry.
That's ridiculous. Sorry.
So next up, new releases. Lord of the Rings Conquest.
It's coming out this week.
Personal Trainer Math. I still can't believe you put that on this list.
Well, dude, it's like, okay, Personal Trainer series is the whole Touch Generations thing, right?
Right.
So Touch Generations, they sell millions of copies in
Yeah.
Japan. It's Brain Age, it's all this stuff. So this is under that series. Kids need to learn math. I mean,
Yeah.
really, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you were telling me about that kid in frickin' the shoe
Oh,
store.
my God. So-
it's so sad.
I'll just real quick
Yeah.
go over this because seriously, kids, study some math in school.
Please.
You are going to
Basic.
need it. You're seriously going to need it. Like just little things, just percentages.
you
just
probably don't
understand
need
it.
geometry
No.
so much or
Probably
algebra,
don't need-
but dude,
just learn like X, like solving for X and Y. I mean, so anyway, so I was on the shoe store. This kid's mom was there, and she's like, "Hey, these shoes are $40.
Yeah.
They're 70%. They're 30% off." And he's like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, like just do 7 times 4. It's 28. That's 30%
Yeah.
off." And he's like, "What? Did you look at like a chart?" Like he's like, "There's no way. There's no way you did that in your head." She's like, "Oh my God, you're
This is
16
the
years old."
mom? That
This
was
is the mom, and she's like, "This is basic math. Are you not learning this in school?" Oh my God, and she's like freaking out, and the kid was just a fucking dum-dum. Like, I don't know if kids are just not learning percentages
Yeah.
or what.
Dude,
but
by
I mean,
16, they're going to be learning like algebra.
you
and shit,
should
right?
be. So anyway,
So yeah,
personal
so,
trainer math.
Yes,
if you
you should
can't
learn it.
figure out 30% off a fucking pair of shoes, get yourself personal trainer math and stop embarrassing the rest of the human race.
please. But the thing is, we actually looked
Stop
at
making your mom cry because that woman seriously was
she
about
seriously
to.
likes that? But
She
you
was
were
just
like-
like, she was like, ha ha ha. Wait, you really don't know math? Wait, you've been in school for 15 years and you don't know math? And she's just like,
dude, actually, that kind of pisses me off because my taxes pay for all of that shit. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
No Child Left Behind. Like,
Yeah.
well, granted, that doesn't actually fix it, but I mean, come on.
seriously,
but-
study some fucking math.
About this game, like we saw the video of it. It looks like they took a bunch of the games from Brain
It's
Brain
totally,
Age,
it's just Brain Age. I mean, like,
expanded.
yeah, take all the math games from Brain Age where they're like 2 + 7 is blank, and you're like 9. So it's like that.
Yeah, so I think it's geared definitely more towards elementary school kids.
Yeah, it's
'cause,
pretty,
I mean,
it's pretty low level math.
If it's more competitive, then maybe we'd enjoy the multiplayer aspect a little
Yeah,
bit
so
more.
that's the weird thing is they actually said that you can play multiplayer with
many?
16 people.
What? What?
So you have like this big math off. But the thing is, they didn't say like compete. They're like study with your friends.
It's like a math Olympics where a bunch of mathletes can get together.
Yeah.
They can just.
So basically, this is what all the cool kids are going to be playing at school, right? They're just like, let's get us and 16 other kids together, and it's like, we're going to learn multiplication tables. Woo! And all the girls like, oh, yeah. He's so smart.
Oh, yeah. But, dude, you're going to convince them. They're going to be like, oh, really?
Yeah. So in high school, girls don't dig the smart dudes as much, but I'm telling you, once you get to college, the smart dudes start getting a little bit more ass.
Well, because you have to get into college. Once you get into college, it's...
Because smart girls are hot. Oh. Yeah, except for the hunchback ones with the cape and the, you know.
But they're easy. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, the ugly ones are kinky kids. That's a hint.
Life lessons from NooBTooB.
We're throwing down. This is valuable shit. I can write a book.
Dude, you're giving it away for free.
I know. I should charge for this life wisdom. So
that's right. This next one, dude. Oh shit! Like
Cartoon Network universe.
When I heard about this, I'm like,
FusionFall.
an MMO for the Cartoon Network universe. I'm like, this is gonna be garbage.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like Dexter and fucking the Powerpuff Girls. Like,
well, our
whatever.
first thought was oh shit, does it have Adult Swim characters on it?
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's what you were thinking.
Sadly, no.
Adult Swim, we would be all over, right? If we could play Aqua Teen, you know, all those guys. C-Lab, but
so this one is just all of the kind of standard cartoons like Dexter and you know like
Dexter, Powerpuff. I don't even know. I don't recognize a lot of the news. There's like Grimm and something.
Yeah, I don't watch too many of those things.
So,
but then we watched the video.
Holy shit! Hope you can play it. Yeah, you gotta play it.
Hopefully, it's a downloadable video that we can play. But this video, what the fuck? Where did they get the millions of dollars necessary to do a decent MMO?
Well, Cartoon Network makes kind of a bit of money with all the advertising, right? But it's just like the fact that it's like so good looking and like I kind of want to play makes me feel really weird.
I know,
because this is a Cartoon Network free MMO.
Yeah. And like we're sitting there watching it, we're like, wait, it's got platforming, and it's got World of Warcraft style combat, it's got character customization, it's got
crazy customization.
Yeah, and it's got like you collect the characters from the different cartoons and use them like a familiar.
Nanos.
Yeah.
Well, not only just familiar, like some of them have different powers where like they're debuffs, they're buffs, and you basically have a loadout of your different nanos, and I'm like, this is deep.
Why does this actually sound interesting? So the thing is like we're gonna hop on this shit.
Dude, this weekend.
It's out right now. It's out and it's free. So
it's free. So you can only here. Let's caveat, right?
Yeah.
You can only get 4 nanos apparently. So that's apparently really quick. And then you pay $6 a month.
$6.
So I'm totally down for paying $6 just once.
Yeah.
Because I know it won't be much. Yeah.
So the thing is like if we can create usernames on this, we'll probably...
No, dude. Like, since this ain't geared for kids, they lock down everything. So for chatting, you have to pick different phrases. I think if you're free...
I'm just saying, like, I'm just wondering how the NooBToobers can find each other. Because, like, I don't know if we can
you have to have every name approved. Oh. So, like, you can either... So here, the choices they got, they give you...
We should all be like Noob Tobin, Noob Yuzo, Noob this, Noob that. We should all be Noob, like...
Yeah,
we should play this shit. I mean, like, you and I are definitely going to hop online this weekend.
Absolutely.
When this show comes out, it's going to be Sunday.
It might be done by then if it sucks. But
anyway, hop on and try it. It looks interesting. We'll talk about it more after we play it.
FusionFall.com or something like that. Yeah. I'm really curious, and I didn't think I would be at all.
Watch the movie. Like, maybe we're crazy. Maybe we're going to come back and be like, this was garbage. But the fact that it had platforming aspects, the fact that it had, like, puzzly aspects.
A lot of quests.
Yeah. I mean, it could be that we're kind of like a dude in the desert where it's just like some guy's just like, here's a glass of piss, and you're like, that looks like the best drink I have ever seen in my entire life.
The moment you taste it, you're like,
yeah. It could be like that. I mean, maybe we're crazy, but there's nothing else coming out, and this actually genuinely looks decent.
Yeah. So I mean, that's it. Like Lords of Conquest, Personal Trader, Cartoon Network, MMO.
Nothing. So go back and dig out your old games, folks.
Yes. Dude. So community site news. We got quite a bit of stuff, dude.
Do we have the MMO stuff in here? Is that? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's in here. It's coming.
So,
all right. Next
the first step is, you want to do the video first, or you want to do it after?
Let's do the video first.
So
the metrics of Ass Juice is related to. It was kind of a lot of it was started up by the Bugabug.
Well, he like was the master of
the ass ton.
Yeah.
So like the point of the ass ton, we did this for a long time.
Yeah, how does it work again? Like,
people review a game in 60 seconds and then they mail us the game, and like they usually just make fun of it, like fucking.
So it has to be a bad game that's cheap, so you don't want to spend too much money. And we got a lot.
We got a lot, and we're finally ready to give them away.
So here is the stack. Hopefully, you guys can see the stack. Holy shit. What do we got here?
Oh.
Rumble Roses.
Yeah, what? Avatar. Fucking Wrath Unleashed.
Dude, Zatch Bell!
Oh my god, we got Thunder Tanks.
World
Jackie
Tour?
Chan, Stuntmaster.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh, Shadow the Hedgehog. Fucking Drake the 99 Dragons. We got Duel Masters.
X-Squad.
We got Red fucking Ninja.
Future Tactics.
Oh my god, we got Outlaw Volleyball.
I actually played that one.
Remix.
Enter the Matrix. Best Wachowski creation ever.
Yeah. The Haunted Mansion.
And of course, Demolition Girl, which I actually still need to try. It's the one where you're basically in a helicopter trying to take upskirt shots or panty shots.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, so unless you try it soon, you're not going to get the chance because we're ready to give this shit away.
Yes.
What are we doing?
So we are doing, so it's basically show us your shame.
Yes.
And we will give you a big pile of shame.
It's share your shame.
So
we're doing share your shame. So it's basically like the game that you are the most ashamed of.
It's not even just have to be game. I mean, ideally game related, but because you get bonus points for that. But if you have something shameful, it could be your basement full of Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
your Peak
exactly.
Ranger
it's like
Shrine.
You're like a super tough guy, and in your room you've got like some like My Little Ponies poster. Or
your massive Princess Peach memorabilia collection. Anything.
So it's show us your shame. So we need you guys to send in a video in like 2 weeks from now, right?
So by the time this is out, you can go to the forums today and basically post either a picture or a video.
But we do the judging like in like 2 weeks.
No, we're gonna be like, so every week they're gonna be like the best of the week for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then all the winners get voted on at the end.
And we're gonna get the ultra mega shame, and then once it's the best shame of all the shames,
you get shame.
The metric ton of ass juice.
Dude, I love that idea. So Sunflower and Locke definitely came up with it. Yes. It's genius. So we're actually going to show some of the stuff during the episode.
Hell yeah, we are. So next week we'll show off the shames that we've seen so far. So go to the forums, submit your shame.
Yes, and then we want to know your shame. So, what's the
so what we're doing is gaming on a budget. So this week we've got a gaming on the budget from the Bugaboo. So it is that space thing. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Laser Squad Nemesis is a play-by-mail turn-based strategy game. Drawing upon XCOM UFO Defense, this game attempts to combine turn-based combat with real-time execution. Much like XCOM, you give your troops instructions during your turn, and they act accordingly. Unlike XCOM, however, you and your opponents do not alternate turns. Instead, your turns take place simultaneously. Combat is broken down into 10-second turns. Each turn, you give your units orders and test how those orders will be played out. When you are satisfied with your commands for that turn, you submit your moves to the central server. It will resolve the combat and email you the results. In Laser Squad Nemesis, you can play as one of 4 groups. Each group has its own advantages and disadvantages, and you must build your strategies around them. Laser Squad is a good fill-in-the-gaps game. If you're looking for a fun strategy game that can deliver a lot of value for a relatively small amount of money, then Laser Squad Nemesis is the game for you. I give this game a thumbs up. Alright, boys. Present. Yow!
Fucking awesome. Yo!
Awesome.
So didn't you say you've actually played this game before?
Played it. So I heard about it a while back, and I'm like, wow, play by email. That sounds great. I'll play with my brother or something like that. And I tried the demo, but I got raped.
Really? Who'd you play with?
Well, this thing you play, and you have like servers, and you can say like, I want to play with you.
Just random dude.
And like these guys obviously have been playing for months, and all that. And I mean, the people that play this now are so hardcore about it. But yeah, it's neat. I mean, play by email. Who would have thought?
I know. That's cool. I mean, like it's very like 2000 era gaming, whereas like
a little bit,
before networking was ubiquitous, like when you'd like dial in and then.
And I think you can like if you arrange a time, you can actually play turns occasionally. So
cool.
It's kind of a neat game. But he was mentioning like the game style was about like XCOM, which is an amazing game.
I loved XCOM.
Dude, XCOM and Did you play Terror from the Deep?
Yes.
That was hard.
Yes.
That was really hard.
Yes. God, that was good though.
The later ones though, But dude, like I was on Steam, they're selling every single XCOM.
Really?
Guess how much?
$10.
$5.
What?
$5. If you go on Steam right today and you get the XCOM pack, you get XCOM Terror from the Deep, XCOM Apocalypse, XCOM Terminator.
God, do you think that they would? Yeah, there was XCOM 4 Donkey Punch.
That one.
Do you think that they would hold over? You think that you'd play them, or you think that you'd play for like 5 minutes? And you're like, fuck this shit.
Dude, it's like an EGA or something like that.
Terrible.
It's so old.
I seriously remember playing that like in high school.
I'd rather probably play Laser Squad Nemesis since it's still being played. If I'm going to play a turn-based sort of thing, that's what I play. But dude, it's a neat game.
So speaking of MMOs, it is on. So we missed this in January. So there's a new thing called the NooBTooB MMO Invasion. Once a month, we are going to take every NooBToober, especially you guys that are like looking for some shit to do. You don't have any money. fucking
free
hop
ones.
in
It's
an
gotta be
MMO.
free.
Yeah, it's got to be one that has a demo, not necessarily free.
Trial. Yeah, exactly.
So what are we doing?
So we are doing. So last month we did Dungeons and Dragons Online, which was a big success. Thank you to
a lot of people played that.
Yeah, for setting it up.
And also, if any of you guys have like videos or pictures from your experience,
That's right.
put together a movie, and we'll play that shit on the air. So I mean, if you guys have like kind of a summary of your Dungeons and Dragons Online thing, we'll totally play that.
And actually, you can check it out. So the Bugaba in his latest post, he actually shows a video he made of all the experience, and it's awesome. There's like fucking like spooning going on for his thing. There's some nasty shit on there. But Tabula Rasa is the game for February 1st.
Tabula Rasa, that's right. So it's Tabularasa if you want to Google it.
It's an interesting game. So it's a Richard Garriott game, dude.
Yeah.
Who made Ultima Online.
Right. And he used the Ultima money to go to space.
Did he?
Yeah, he went to space. He went to Russia, and they flew him to the fucking space station.
How much was that?
20 million. Do you know that now Russia is saying that if you give them 100 million, they'll take you around the moon. They'll do a fucking circuit of the moon.
Holy shit, 100 million? Well, yeah, that's got to cost a lot.
They'll probably like rebuild their entire space program with that money.
Would have been more or less, yeah. But Richard Garriott, he has like a castle and shit too.
Yes, he
does.
Dude,
that's all Ultima money?
It's all Ultima money. Back then, that was the only game in town, right?
I didn't realize that made that much money though. Yeah. Fuck. But anyhow, so Richard Garriott, he did this because he said like I'm gonna make the best MMO ever. He made a space one and didn't do so well.
So here's the hilarious thing: we're all going to go in and invade Tabula Rasa.
Yes, because it's free.
It's being canceled at the end of February.
February 28th.
This is it. We're playing the game, and it's getting shit canned because nobody's playing it. So we're going to go in and we're going to wreck that joint.
It's going to be a ghost town. We're going to be like, it's going to be hilarious.
It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be really funny. So
can you imagine if there were any like moderators there, like trying to keep like why would there?
Yeah, why would you bother?
We should be able to do anything.
Oh yeah.
I'd imagine.
But here's the funny thing: is if you're worried about getting addicted to this MMO, don't worry about it. You're like, this is the best game ever. Oops, unplug. You're done. So if you're like an ex-MMO addict, this is like the perfect thing.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you have
it's just like a little taste.
Yeah.
Well, is it really a perfect thing? Because then you'd be like, ooh, I need.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck. Because that happened last time when we did the WoW one. A lot of people were like still playing.
We got people back on the wagon.
Yeah. So, but actually, you can go and download it now. It starts on February 1st, so it's officially. So make sure you make a new character there. But you can play it right now for free.
It's free. But I would recommend waiting until we all hop in because the thing is, we're all going to start at level 1.
Yeah,
play with the rest of us. Hop in on February 1st.
We're all going to hop experience online. to kind of go through it.
So we'll talk about this more as it comes up.
So Review Crew, it's a new little thing that we're putting together. So we have a bunch of game reviews on our forums where people go and review games that we don't cover a lot of times. So it's another place to get NooBTooB quality reviews, and we have a new crew.
Yeah, NooBTooB review crew of the Bugaba, Fuzzy, and Dr. Flibble.
Yeah, who all make amazing reviews.
Yes.
So they're going to be going and doing lots of crazy reviews. They're going to be kind of like in charge of making sure that they get a lot of reviews done, basically, so that kind of serve as an example for everybody else.
So go to the forums and check out the NooBTooB review crew. It's awesome. It's just kicking up now, and we're going to get mad reviews out of it.
That's right.
Next up is community news being put together every week by Cade Father. So here's a little bit of an overview of what's going on the forums.
Yes. We have Top Hat's new gaming news thread. So every week he's actually putting a bunch of different headlines. Yep. So you can go, if you ever need news, you just go there right now and then check out everything.
Which is awesome. So it's your one-stop shop for gaming news. You can just go and see everything that's going on in the gaming world.
Yes.
Big news.
Oh yeah.
Introductions forum. This thing took off like crazy.
Dude,
so
it was just an experiment too.
Yeah,
I wasn't even
sure.
Like,
let's see what happens. So the thing is just like, here you go. Here's a format of like a bunch of stuff about yourself.
A bunch of questions like how you found NooBTooB and like your best games, all that kind of stuff.
But it's just to introduce yourself, and people loved it.
People are going crazy. Like there's people that pictures and all. Like it's amazing to be able to put a picture to a face.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's huge.
Which we really get.
We love that because you guys have been posting on our forums for years now.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see what you actually look like.
Yeah, like there's one guy's like he looks just like Russell Crowe. It's really it's just like
you sure it wasn't a picture of Russell Crowe?
It might have been, actually.
And then last up is the UGC of the Year award show.
Yeah, dude, it was 3.5 hours.
I know.
Lots of new huge stuff basically debuted. We got a new the song that we're debuting at the end of this show.
Stay tuned after the show ends. There's a great song.
Great song. A bunch of stuff and a bunch of people won. You can go to the forums right now and find all the winners.
Yes, absolutely. And then last up is the NooBTooB Member of the Year. The year.
Yeah, so thank you, Crimson, for setting this up. He does the Member of the Week every week. Yep. Basically, he took and we did 3 weeks of different ones, and each winner went up. And by the end, we had 3.
So it was down to the Bugaba, Demi V-Man, and Smokestorm X.
Yeah, and they all did really amazing stuff.
Yeah,
but
all three of them are major communities contributors.
Exactly, and the winner is
Smokestorm X.
Yeah, he did these gamer tags. So yes, we have NooBTooB custom gamer tags.
Yeah,
and he has all this backgrounds. It's really cool. So
yeah,
he did a bunch of
very
other
very cool. Thank you guys so much. The fact that it's such a fierce competition.
I know.
For NooBToober of the Year is just like, this is because the forum is huge, the community is big. You guys are all great, and we appreciate it.
And we love to recognize the people that make our community, our backbones of our community, basically.
Absolutely. So now it is time for voicemails. I think we forgot the little thing. So anyway, our voicemails, if you call 888-233-8480 and leave us an audio or video.
Onegaishimasu.
To feedback@NooBTooB.com.
Yes, and if you're calling on you don't know your script. I don't know my script. If you're send your funny story.
Yes. Pictures
or videos and whatever.
Yeah. And don't forget the yow. So first up is BRAP347 with a question about home.
Yo, NooBTooB, it's BRAP347, and so you guys said that home was a little disappointing because there's not much to do and stuff. You said, I forget exactly what you said, but I know you were disappointed, and I felt the same way. There's not that much to do, and at least at the moment with the beta. So I was just wondering, do you think in the future with the new game spaces and stuff where you can launch games and then go right back out into home, do you think it could get better and be something worth playing? Forgot the yow.
What the fuck?
What was this question?
I don't even know. Like that was like I feel like
confused.
I have like Tourette's or ADD from watching that. It's just like
I know. I kind of really want to play Iron Man for some reason. I don't know why.
And it's like watching Ocean's 13.
Yeah.
So he said,
home improved.
Yeah.
Sure, it'll improve,
Yep.
but I mean, they have such a low bar to rise from. It's just like anything they add will be an improvement, right? I
Right.
mean,
And we've kind of seen what their mindset is for home now. I mean, we've seen that it's just kind of like dick around, go to a lobby, find people to play a game with. Like they really don't seem to be very interested in letting you build your own community space.
No,
they don't seem to be
kinda.
that interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's your own apartment, but they haven't really done this. Like create a group, have a group place to hang out.
Well, they have, but apparently they have that, but they're like limiting it so much by you can only have 50 maximum.
Yeah.
It's going to be $5, but then maybe there's going to be a monthly charge associated with it.
They're doing
It's
it
like,
wrong.
Everything that they're doing is trying to make money, which I can understand because Sony's losing $1.1 billion last year.
Yeah.
So they're having a hard time, which you got to give them a little, slack for that. But
For one thing, you can't nickel and dime us right off the bat. You gotta build up home so that everybody loves it, everybody's wanting to play it, and then you start kind of sneaking us like
a little bit.
There's just like, oh, there's this cool new shit. Like now that you guys love home and all this stuff is free, this really great stuff is free,
or advertising supported. Like if I get like a Burger King like T-shirt, I'm like, whatever, it looks kind of good.
But you can't do this right off the bat where every shirt is 50 cents and like, I mean, it's just it feels like a slap in the face.
But it's hard to argue with that when Sony is making these huge announcements saying they've already, just from the beta, they have sold $1 million worth of shit in home. Can you believe that?
No.
There's $1 million of dumb people.
I mean, no, I think they're lying.
No, I just imagine dumb people out there that they just basically say like, I want a fancy virtual home.
It's true. Not only that, but it's just like when the iPhone store launched, where if you had an app out there, people just wanted to try it. Yeah. So they will buy your like fucking. This is a flashing light button for $1
or $1,000.
$1,000. So I mean, like that.
Yeah,
I want to be rich.
I'm rich.
I'm rich. Which actually I thought was awesome.
It's hilarious.
So. The thing is I think that it will probably get somewhat better, but I don't think that you and I will ever give a shit. I really don't.
I think we'll give a shit when there's ability to make a NooBTooB room for free for more than 50 people.
Yep.
The moment they have that, we can start having, and especially obviously when there's big PS3 games, which are going to come out.
Right.
When there's God of War, and we can have like, there's no co-op in God of War, right? But if there's a good big co-op PS3 game, we're going to be like, okay, let's use home to meet up.
Right.
But right now, it's just so painful.
If somebody actually builds a world that's, like how they try to do with
the Uncharted
and some other ones, that
Fallout.
doesn't suck ass. So I mean, it's just like if they went in and there's like a puzzle to solve, there's a little mini game to explore, it's something to get you excited about a game that hasn't come out yet, something to unlock something in a game. Like,
oh shit, yeah, you're right. They need to do that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Man.
So I mean, like these are the kind of ideas that we're having that you guys should hire us as consultants. Because seriously, it's not that fucking hard. Just ask some gamers what they want. You know, like what would get people into space, and it's just things like that. Like make
a free
real
movie
game.
in a theater. Like put Spider-Man 3 in a theater that everybody can go and just be MST3K.
Yeah.
Like I want that. I would totally arrange
just go in
something
there
and
and talk
go.
shit about games.
Right.
Make movies.
But you did add a new game. So apparently they have a game built into home where you can just kind of like transfer, and then you're starting to fly like a plane or something like that. Okay. So if they start doing that with more game, maybe it'll be better. But we hope.
We're really hoping. I mean, like we don't want to diss on it. Like, on principle, although all of you think that we're PS3 biased, we both love our PS3s. We love the potential there.
Well, I don't know if I love my PS3, but I love my PS2.
Yeah.
I mean, but
I love my PS2. That's true. We don't dislike the PS3. We're just waiting for it to be something
I'm
else.
disappointed in my PS3. But yeah.
So Eastman has a question about downloadable games.
Hey, Tobin and Yuzo, it's Eastman here with a video question. Do you guys think that since, I guess, suppose in the, how should I say this, that downloadable games are becoming much, much more popular, like, oh, I'm going to get this through Steam, whether it be a full game or, an indie game, with the popularity of those types of games becoming more and more available, do you think that summer of 2009, this upcoming summer, still a ways off, but still, is not going to be as dead as most years, where it's basically like you get like one game or a bazillion like pets with like a Z, and it's like, I don't know, a dolphin mini game. I don't know, the shit I'm talking about, just shovelware. Do you think that this year it may actually change, or it's still going to follow suit? Question to you guys. Yow and not yob.
That's right, not yob.
No yob.
Fuck yob. 04.
I honestly don't think that downloadable games are really going to improve the bar that much. I mean, like I like the fact that people can do
though. There's a couple of gems
some
out
people
there,
can do quicker development. People can do this like XNA stuff, or they can develop stuff and put it on the App Store.
And summer's a great time to release games. There's a bunch of bored kids with $5 basically, right? Because that's all they need.
So having a lower bar is nice, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get better stuff.
No, because if you look at actually Xbox Live and PSN now, there is the crap to quality ratio is like 90-10.
Yeah, so we got a couple things like Braid, but besides that. But I think that as time goes on, as long as the bar is low and people realize you can make a $5 game and make $500,000, then people are going to start kicking that out. So I'm thinking maybe next summer. I'm thinking this summer is kind of a growing period.
I think this summer may have a few gems. Like one game that I'm excited about, Veritas. He showed it to me. Fez.
Fuck yeah.
I think it's going to be, might be PSN, but it's definitely on XBL LA, and it's like 3D, like Super Mario.
Google it if you can. Like
Dude,
the footage
Fez.
looks amazing. We are super excited for that.
Yeah.
But we got to get to this thing. So somebody called in. They got a scoop.
So I think it's like inside, like Blizzard, right?
We got people inside Blizzard, and they said that they're going to sneak us, like
dates and shit.
Well, not only dates and shit, but they said that they have game footage of Diablo 3 that's never been shown anywhere else.
Fuck. Okay, so because you saw that, you were like, okay, like no, we're gonna show it on the show.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want to look at it until we showed it on the show because I'm so excited for this. All right, so here we go.
Fucking cocksucker.
God damn it, you rickrolled us on our own show. And then we rickrolled you guys.
Dude, I got rickrolled by fucking the Speaker of the House the other day.
I saw that. That was actually awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
So the U.S. government actually put out a video on YouTube where the Speaker of the House fucking rickrolled all of her constituents.
That was ridiculous. Like our
Hilarious.
tax dollars at work.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's like, ha ha ha. The fuck are you guys doing up there? Okay, so I think that's it. I think we got no time left. So that's our show for the week. Thanks for watching. Check out our website at NooBTooB.com and participate in our forums by clicking on the community tab at the top of the front page.
Yes, and if you're watching this video on YouTube, make sure you click on the subscription button right over there. We're like 11,000. It's awesome.
We love it.
Also rate the video with 5 stars by slamming Tobin's junk against the car door constantly. Yeah, that might be
that.
That's our episode. I'm Yuzo Watanabe.
And I'm Tobin Kozai. Our audio engineering for NooBTooB is done by Range Gaijin Smash Strunk. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week. We're out. See y'all.
Probably 5 or 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Yeah, I wanted to get the. So the problem is the audio doesn't. The vocals don't start until like.
But you kind of have to have the beginning, right?
Yeah, I know.
How much was that right there?
20 seconds. That's we could play that. So we could just do the kind of just the 20-second clip, and then we'll come back. We're like, God damn it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you need that intro.
Yeah, you do.
Like, that's
you gotta have that
thing.
drum.
Yeah.
This drum.